So NXT Vengeance Day happened. Apparently in the pre-show, Braun was looking on this SmackDown contract when Baron Corbin walks in. Corbin's asked why he hasn't signed yet. Breakker says he wants to hear the Raw offer first. Then he puts on a cowboy hat and says he makes it look so much better than Corbin. Corbin tells him to focus on the match tonight, beating Carmelo and Truex to win the Dusty Cup. Brandon says he never got to thank Corbin for being his tag team partner, and he's proud to be part of the Wolf Dogs, no matter what happens. Okay, whatever. Show officially starts with a tag team classic, and they arrive in style. The Wolf Dogs defeated Carmelo and Trick. The match had some botches, so it kind of hurt the match a little bit. It's kind of sloppy. But the match was actually still a fine match no matter what. The crowd was into it, and I didn't mind the match at all. I thought the match was still pretty fun to watch. Trick was struggling during the match. You could tell like he was injuring like his leg, but I guess that was all planned. Trick and Carmelo still lost. The match was fine. It was a fine match. Not bad. It was definitely something to look at, and we'll see what happens from here. Not hate the match at all. So they announced a press conference for WrestleMania 40 in Las Vegas, and all the Smarky fans were booing. I'm going to talk about this, but you fucking Smarks fucking complain about every little shit if it never goes your fucking way. And I fucking hate these Smarks. Because we want Cody. I'm making a video about this, man. You fucking Smarks are fucking pathetic. Okay, seriously. You guys are fucking pathetic. And obviously these fucking Smarks are gonna boo in NXT because these are these nerdy fans. D-Jack defeated Joe Gacy in a no disqualification match. This match, really, I understand that this is for PG standards, supposed to be hardcore, but really, instead of thumbtacks, we're gonna get these stupid toys. Because get it, all these are. It's fun. It's not fun. It's fucking stupid, gay garbage. And God, this guy is fat. Like, what the? I don't know. I guess that. Oh, that's his thing, and he's acting like Bray Wyatt or like. What? Like, whatever happened to the SJW character? I don't fucking get it. Like, why is he like want to be Wyatt now? The match was fine. I'm not gonna hate on it. It just was just kind of G-rated hardcore shit. Like, it's not really exciting as hardcore match is supposed to be, but whatever. Fine. The Chase U calendar is on sale. It sucks. Like, can we have fucking? Sure, at least bikini. But can we have more all these chicks in bikinis? Why aren't these chicks in bikinis? To make people care. Oh, I'm good because the McMahon shit or something. I don't fucking know. The family, or the D'Angelo family, defeated Out of Mud. I don't get this Out of Mud team. I didn't even know this match was happening. I didn't even know that this was a match. Like I didn't know. Like, apparently this was a story, like, in this match. I don't get it. Whatever. I guess I'm glad that D'Angelo family won, because who the fuck cares about this Out of Mud shit. Trick says that when I win the NXT Championship tonight, man, I need my brother on my side, man. I want you on ringside. So, I guess this is sadly leading to, like, what's kind of predictable. Sadly, this was a very predictable outcome that was going to happen in the main event. We'll get to it. Lola Vice cashes her breakout tournament opportunity during the women's title match, and she proceeds to look like a dumbass. So in the fourth match, Lyra Valkyria defeated what's her name? Lola Vice and Roxanne Perez. It was originally Roxanne Perez versus fucking Lyra Valkyria, but Lola Vice cashes in and she proceeds to look like a fucking dumbass. Cause get it, she cashed in her like supposed sort of money in the bank, and it costed her. To be fair, this Tatum Paxley bitch came out and costed her the match. Like, who the fuck cares? What is this Tatum Paxley shit? And that makes her look like, yeah, but whatever. We get this shit because once this family sees Oba Femi defeated Dragon Lee to retain his North American Championship. He looked like a star, but the problem is, like, the match was 10 minutes. This guy should have squashed fucking Dragon Lee. Whatever. The match was too long. Also, uh, these are the events that are announced for the future that we have to pretend to care about. Whatever. Lola Vice and Roxanne Perez get in a brawl. Basically, after what happened this on the show. The main event, and this was actually kind of brutal. Like, wow, there was actually some blood in this show. Wow, but it was like kind of like internal. Uh, Ilya Dragunov defeated Trick Williams. There was like a bunch of shenanigans, ladies and gentlemen. Like, oh, get it? Oh, that freak got knocked out. Trick or Dragunov gets tripped, or Carmelo gets pushed to Trick. The match was actually pretty brutal. The match was actually a good match. I will say that. It was a good match. Pretty good. A surprise, It was a good match. Brutal. But at the end of the day, Trick Williams did not beat Dragunov, even though that would have been kind of cool. But I guess, get it. Oh, there's a bigger picture, whatever. But this was actually a brutal match. It was good. Good. It was definitely, I'll get it. Like, Trick showcase himself to look like a star. Some brutal, brutal spots, power moves and shit. I'm surprised, it just even though they don't they don't look like larger than life characters, but they actually kind of like, you know, they put it out there. I will say that. The bigger picture was it was kind of very predictable. Carmelo Hayes in the end of the match after he was like praising Trick Williams, like, "You man, you still got it, man. You still go be the man." And then they showcased a trademark. It's kind of like a Triple H thing where like they'll showcase a trademark, and then eventually something happens to make you think that the show is ending. And the big thing of the show was Trick Williams getting turned on by Carmelo Hayes. So his own buddy, his best friend, Carmelo Hayes, turned his back on him, and he attacks Trick Williams. Um, Yeah, fuck you, Mellow Chance. So he targets the leg, and then after that he gets the chair, and he kept hitting Trick with the chair on his leg, or his injured leg, because that's been the main target up throughout the show. Um, very in my honest opinion, I was hoping there'll be a bit of a swerve where it's not Carmelo, because I do think this was very predictable. Not saying it's not a bad turn. I'm not saying this was terrible. This is gonna lead to a big feud. Okay, it's good, sure, but it's very predictable. It's a very predictable outcome. Like, they always do this, and I guess this is sadly the only stories that Triple H and Shawn Michaels know how to write. Is get it, buddies turn to enemies. It's very predictable. I would rather like if it was like a returning wrestler, or like a wrestler who we haven't seen but it's gonna be a big star. I don't know, like why it gotta be Carmelo, and why they always gotta rely on these like best friends to bitter rivals. It's always the typical, it's like what they did like with Tommaso Ciampa and fucking Johnny Gargano shit. It's pretty predictable. They always do the same shit. Like, is it like for once in a change you don't really need to do that and go outside the box for a little bit? Because they always do this. They always do this. They did this for, like, they always do this. Like, a lot of times it's also the same shit. Like, what? Like, we've seen it many times. It would be nice that they don't have to, like, oh, get it, Carmelo's the guy. His own buddy was the one who attacked him in the first place. It's very predictable, man. Very predictable. But, yay, in the end of the day, this is going to lead to a big feud. I was kind of hoping there'll be, like, a tag team. But that's the thing. Why not save these people turning on each other on the main roster? Why are you doing all these big things on NXT? I understand NXT, you need people to watch, but again, NXT is still a developmental brand. Why not keep them as a tag team and shit, and then you can have them turn on each other after getting some gold in the show. Apparently, Carmelo was also wearing some Shawn Michaels like attire. He also I think I see this is the same shit. same shit. But he was wearing like a jacket just like Shawn Michaels when he turned on Marty Jannetty, so it's kind of like foreshadowing a little bit too. Anyways, the show was actually not bad, you know? Definitely better than a typical NXT show. The show was not bad, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely a decent show. Um, you know, or I mean, it actually wasn't even just decent. It actually was a fine show. It was fine. It was a fine show. You know, things happened. Intriguing. The show was not bad to watch on a Sunday night. I didn't even I forgot the show was happening. To be fair, until I found out on Facebook. I'll get it like they're like the show like on Facebook like there's like, oh, the show's happening, because I follow a Facebook page. Like, for example, I followed the Wrestling 24 on Facebook. They announced it. It's like, oh shit, this show is happening. I might as well watch it. You know what I mean? I was home on a Sunday. Well, I came home from the gym and then I was watching this show. So, anyways, not a bad show, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, peace. Yeah, bye.